Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Jacklands. We are flying around here today, just getting a little view of, oh my god, I'm gonna die right now. Okay, yep, here we go. Yeah, no big deal. All right, so we are flying around today, just getting some eyes on things, and we've got some more cleaning up to do around here. We have a couple projects that have been put on the back burner, and I think that right now is a great time to get some of these done before we jump back into the nether to build that Wither Skull farm. So a couple of those things that I want to do, because we haven't worked on beautification of this area in a long time. There are some creeper holes that need to be taken care of and some other fun stuff. So today's episode is going to be a little, whoa, hello. So today's episode is going to be a little bit more on the kickback and relax side. So if you guys want to join me and get some stuff cleaned up around the farm, stay tuned because we're going to jump right into today's episode. One of the projects that I have been putting off for a while is the Shepherd's Farm area, and I think that that is what I'm going to start doing today. So this area right here is a little bit tricky. We are going to have the river that comes right through here, and somewhere in this zone, we are going to make ourselves the Fisherman's House. So we've got to leave a little bit of space for a Fisherman's House, and I need to find a spot to put a Shepherd's House. So I definitely want it to be in the clearing. I don't think I want it to be this direction. We could definitely put a farmer's house over there or a leather worker's house over there, but I'm thinking right in this zone right here would be perfect. So we're gonna set down some roots right here and get started. All right, we are just flying into our shepherd's house here, and one of the resources that I forgot to grab was cobblestone. So I grabbed some more of that as the night got along there. So we are just gonna pop some of this down right here at the base to make this look a little bit more sturdy. And then we've got some details to add. We are plugging right along with this little house. I wanted this to be a simple design, nothing too crazy here, kind of keeping with the whole aesthetic of shepherd and not really needing a lot of resources. So this is what we have so far. So we just have this little, oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. So we have this a little main room. Oh my gosh, clean up, clean up. We have this first little room right here. I am going to block that off, and then right back here, I will have a bed in there. All right, that looks so much better. I don't really know what was going on up in the top right here, but we have got it all fixed now. So I just need to grab some glass, some, oh my God, some lanterns and some furnishings. And then of course, right out here, we will make a nice little pasture for our little herd of sheep for our shepherd here. I am going to also add some more details along the front, maybe some flower beds, and probably a couple of upside down stairs right underneath windows, just to make it look a little bit more homey. Not really what I was thinking, but we will figure out something to detail this a little bit more. All right, so now we have this weird little section right here. I don't really know what to do with this part from the outside, but I did put in a little chimney. We also got our glass in. We have some lanterns dotted around. But I wanted to play around with having a little bit of a fireplace in here. Originally, I was going to put it right here on this wall, but that would have to make me sacrifice these windows, and I didn't really want to do that. So I tried putting it in the corner, but to make this look right, I had to make it visible from the outside. So I'm not completely sold on this idea. Also, I didn't have any normal campfires at hand. So this is what we got for now, just testing things out. I don't think that this is going to stay, but we will do something fireplace oriented. But I did put in a little loft and some extra wool right here so that this all can be kind of like, oh, I can't get up there, like wool storage for the shepherd here. And then of course I need a loom that will go around here somewhere, maybe right in here. And this will be pretty much done. I'm not looking to add a ton of detail, just looking to add a little house down here. And of course, we got to get some sheep in here. So let's get to it. Guiding the sheep, guiding the sheep. We are guiding the sheep. I have leads, but this is easier to me for some reason. All right, so we've got our sheep in now. Let's get these guys bred up immediately so that we can have a little baby sheep running around. There we go. Oh, don't watch. Oh, and there's a baby sheep. Look at that. All right, guys. So, of course, now we can get into the house real fast. And as you will see, I did add doors as well. So we've got doors, we've got our sheep, we've got our lanterns and our glass. We've got all kinds of things. We're doing really good. Just got a couple more things to round out the build here, and probably need to put in some sort of path. So I'm not going to draw this path out for very far because I don't actually know exactly where it's going to connect. We will have a pathway here, and there's going to also be a pathway there. I have a feeling that this one is just going to kind of wrap around and maybe head down to the ocean. There will be a bridge somewhere in here, and then this path probably will come down along here. But we can totally hook up our gates right here. All right, let's take a fly around and see how this is looking. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. For it being such a fast little throw together build, I actually really like the way that this has turned out. Of course, the side of the house right here is pretty bland, and there is a lot more decorating that we could do, but I think that this is pretty good for how much time it took. I mean, I probably have been working on this for like maybe 35 minutes, and it's pretty cute, minus this section right here, of course, but I like the vibe. We do need to get a loom, and then I'm hoping there was a villager walking around down here. I hope that he tracks that and can pick that up as his home location, because it would be, oh dear. All right, okay. It would be really cool if we could get a villager to lock into that as their home location and really just expand the village all the way out to that land. That would be so cool. So I'm gonna make a loom real fast, grab a couple extra things, and we'll be done with that part of today's episode. Alrighty, so we are pretty much done with our simple shepherd's house over here. We've got pretty much everything in, and I actually really enjoy the fly-in look and feel of this little cottage. I added a little bit of really simple bone meal, grass and flowers around here, just kind of spammed it everywhere. And before I did that, I went through and added some piles of dirt and grass just to kind of vary the landscape around the backside of the house. Of course, we've got our sheep pen here with our trails. None of that has changed. Oop, left a lantern. And of course, on the front here, I did go ahead and just swap this back out for wood. It looks a lot better. And I did leave everything else intact. And then, of course, I had this as a light colored wood with a simple stack, but it looks a lot better, in my opinion, as the same tone as the roof with the same pitching style. All of this is very simple old school Minecraft type builds, but that's kind of what I was going for. We added this little seating area inside, also old school Minecraft. I still do need to swap that fire out, but to be honest, I will probably forget, and it's going to be this way for a long time. And then, of course, we've got our loom here because we cannot have a shepherd villager without a loom in their home. So we've got all of these nice features. Pretty simple, pretty fast, but hey, it's here and it's done and it's nighttime. So let's fly back to the house, regroup, and let's start another project. I think real fast while I'm thinking about it, I want to tackle some of these creeper holes, and I actually don't know if this one is a creeper hole or if this was done by me, but either way, we are just going to light up this little hole right here, and then I think I'm just gonna cover it in with some dirt and grass. All right, that's one hole taken care of. Now let's go find the other creeper hole. I think there is one right up here. Oh yeah, how could I forget? Right in front of my house. All right, and with a couple extra pieces of fencing, there we go. Another project fixed. Of course, I gotta wait for this all to grow into grass. I didn't go get more grass blocks when I ran out, but that will do it for now. I think that this used to be one block closer, but I actually don't mind it like that. I think that I primarily use this entrance anyway, so this is fine the way that it is. Oh yeah, yep, it definitely was one block more, but you know what, change is a good thing. Now let's see if we can find any more creeper holes. I feel like there is one more in the middle of the village right over here, but that may have been from the last time I cleaned up. Well, there is this hole right here, and I actually don't really know what this one goes to. Hello, sir. This to me kind of looks like it may have had some creeper interference, so let's go ahead and block this hole up as well. All right, not really a big change over here, but we are making a little bit of progress here and there. See, this looks like a creeper hole as well. I don't know how it ended up all the way out here, but it is one. Woo! Oh my gosh, I almost died. Okay, I guess we could finish this project over here too, but I actually really like keeping that project for when I just want to fiddle around here on the server and not really have any motivation to do anything filming-wise. So I could leave that one for another day. Let's add a little bit more of the path block in here, reinstate some of these paths. All right, and we are looking good. We've still got quite a lot of scraggly lines and all kinds of weird, messed up stuff around here, but we're looking pretty good so far. I haven't checked the status of this farm in a little while. Let's see if we are still operating full speed here. Oh, awesome. That was perfect timing. Our zombie came in, and then we had an iron golem spawn in and drift into the middle, so this farm is still up and operational. Of course, it isn't as lucrative as it could be if I had the other side built, but you know, one of these days I will catch that project on a stream, but for now, that is a lot of work that I just don't really have time to do. Oh, look at that, so cool. Oh, it's so cool having that out here. The mega base is actually going to require a lot of iron blocks for building. It is looking like I might be using those as my flooring block. So, as you can imagine, I will have to get all of this built up here pretty soon, and encased in another one of these buildings because I am gonna need a lot of iron, and I'm gonna be going through it very quickly. Oh wow, look at that. All of this stuff is set aside perfectly ready for us to build that other iron farm. Look at me and my planning. I put that there so many weeks ago. Just so many weeks ago. Why is there a mushroom right here? All right, as I have been zipping around, flying around here, I really am having a lot of fun building these tiny little houses. So I think I'm actually gonna roll with that. I want to build the fisherman's house. I need food. That is what I need. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. So here's what I'm thinking. So we've got this pond, we have what's going to be the river coming through here, we have a pond over there, and we have the ocean front. So I'm thinking that I might build the fisherman's house. I'm thinking maybe on this side of the river right here in this open spot, kind of next to the shepherd's house. I'm thinking that it might help define the edge of the village as well. I do have plans of building like a port down here, but that is way down the line, and we can definitely add our access road because we have a primary entrance to the old town of the village right here, through these gates right there, and this can run all the way down here to the port, which is what my, what my eventual plan is. So I'm thinking that we just put the fisherman's area right here with a little dock into the water that he can fish off of. All right, I know what you guys are thinking, that this is a very large house for a fisherman. I tried really hard not to make this overly large. And this is what I ended up with. I still don't think it's gonna be super functional, but this is what we got. So, I think right in here, I'm going to put a little fireplace, maybe with a table and chair, and then over here I'm thinking will put his bed, and then right off here we'll have the dock that goes right out to the fishing area, and then I was thinking right out here I can actually build a little covered patio area that I can put out the barrels and the things that he needs to do his fishing things. So that is the plan. So I'm just going to gather some more materials and get building here. Alrighty, it is update time on the fisherman's house. We have made some progress here. I've got most of the house intact, except for the roof, which is my least favorite part. We are following the same scheme here, but of course we have this S design this time. So when you walk into the house, you immediately have the fireplace that we talked about a second ago, and we have our seating area, and then of course his bed will go right here, and we have 2 accesses to our fishing dock. I did cut back this a little bit, as you guys can tell. I need to do some water maintenance in here. We've got all kinds of different eddies going on. And then over here, we have our area. We will just have some barrels and things hanging out over here, just chilling. And then, of course, I will tie in a little bit of pathway from here over to here. And then we will probably run that pathway right alongside the riverbed all the way up to the pathway there, which we can branch off and go right to there, making a nice little triangle trio right here. But I am procrastinating this roof so hard. Oh, I hate roofs. Even though these roofs are very simple Minecraft roofs, we are still going to have to tackle it, and I am not looking forward to it. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get this roof done. Alrighty, here we go for the big reveal, and oh, look at how cute it is! Oh, this looks so fun. Obviously, this is not crazy complicated, super detailed builds. These are very simple, I understand that, but they're just fun. It's fun to take a step back sometimes and just build these like super simple, fun little houses. So what we got right over here is our fisherman's house, and it does have the roof at the dread of having to build one, but we've got some fun details. We've got our lanterns. I put some extra blocks out here just to kind of bump up the landscaping, and then of course we did our super simple bone meal. This is just a fun, easy way to fill in the landscape. Of course, I just spammed bone meal all over the place, and that's pretty much where we're gonna leave it. Nice and easy, nothing crazy, nothing complicated. We got all of our water in back here, and I did do a little bit of maintenance here. I don't love how this looks, but most of this water is gonna change when we get all of this river in anyway. And of course, we've got all of our barrels in here, all of these fun things. We've got a bed, another barrel, another barrel, another barrel. Lots of barrels for our fishermen. All the barrels. And like we talked about, we have a little seating area right here and a fireplace right here with a normal campfire. And I did actually go through and replace the campfire that is over there. So that is all done and dusted, ready to go. Now, my favorite part of all of this is actually the whole landscape here, and you can see this pathway kind of makes this big courtyard right there, and I would like to do something with that, but I don't really know exactly what to do. I was thinking maybe a fountain, but we've got all of this water right here, so that would seem kind of redundant, and this is supposed to be just like a small kind of tranquil area, so I didn't really want to do like a fountain or anything like that to draw a whole bunch of attention. That's not really what this area is about. It's just kind of a cute little outpost, kind of outer village area, and I really like the way that it turned out. It is, of course, really simple, and I cannot express that enough. I did not want to make these builds overly complicated. I just wanted them to be fun, simple things to kind of reminisce about old Minecraft builds. I mean, this is how it was done for so long. So we've got our 2 houses built here and these roads right here that come together to this point, and this point will eventually connect into the road that comes right down here in front of this side of townhomes, and it will eventually work its way down and connect right here to these 2. One of the other things that I'm thinking is that I might build a 3rd home right here on this spot that could be a leather worker. Now, of course, eventually the leather worker could be in our commercial district, but it might be kind of fun to set up some sort of little corral like we have for these sheep, to put some cows in and make a little leather station right here and just connect that with another road. So then we could have 3 houses right here as the outskirts of our village, and then we could have Old Town Village over here with the townhomes right here, and maybe the commercial district could run right down over there, or even in this area right over here. There are so many possibilities. I am really excited to see what comes of this, but unfortunately, that is gonna do it for today's episode. I am so bummed, but guys, in the real world, my job has been turned upside down, and it is just crazy right now. But thank you guys so much. I very much so appreciate it. If you are here hanging out, watching these videos, and supporting me even on these really hard weeks where it's hard to get content out, I really appreciate everything that you guys do for me. I really do enjoy making this content, and I love to entertain, so being able to do this is really just so joyful, and on hard weeks like this, being able to still produce a video is wonderful. So thanks again for hanging out with me today. I had a really good time building these small builds. It was kind of nice and refreshing to scale it back a little bit on this episode since we've been doing so much with big farms and all kinds of stuff. So thanks again, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.